Hello everyone. Well, I'm sitting here. I fixed up my living room. I did some cleaning. Can you see? I even watered my plants today. um, been a while since I've been online, hasn't it? It's been quite a bit. But you know what? I really miss everybody. I especially miss my good friends, and I miss, well, of course, the kids that would have been right here if it hadn't been for what we're going through. But this is the next best thing that we can do, right? Well, I'm going to sip a little bit of Diet Coke and wait for a few more people to get on. Excuse me if there's noise from outside. You know, I live next to a street. Well, I guess we all do, right? Well, I'm very excited about this book. I've been waiting about 3 months to read it. And this is called Prince and Knight. Prince and Knight. And there's all sorts of fairy tales about a prince and a princess, or a king and someone that's common. I mean, all sorts of tales about that, but I don't think there's ever been a story about a prince falling in love with another boy, which does happen. Does happen. I believe in real life it was Edward V that fell in love with a boy. But I read this book last night and I really do enjoy it. I did enjoy it, and beautifully illustrated, and of course lots of good messages that anyone can love who they please, right? I did order another book. This is about a prince and a knight. There's also a book that I ordered that's about two princesses. The only problem with that, and I'll show you later, is that it was written in comic book form, which would be very hard to read online. But that book will be available at the BRC library when things come back to normality. I'll show it to you right after I finish this, okay? So, I think it's about time that we started, alright? I won't be able to read your comments just now, okay? But I'll go back and reply to them later, alright? I love you all. So, Prince and Knight. Let me scoot up a little closer so you guys can see the book better, okay? So, Prince and Knight. And it is written by Daniel Hack, and pictures are by Stevie Lewis. The publishing company is, let's find it here, Little Bee Books. And this was published in, all of these books are brand new, all these new progressive books. This is 2018, this is a 2-year-old book. So, let's continue. Prince and Knight. Once upon a time, in a kingdom far from here. So let's look at that kingdom. Isn't that beautiful? All lit up with all those towers. Looks beautiful. I wish I lived there, right? Lived a charming prince who was handsome and sincere. Now those two together are very important. You can't just be handsome, you have to be real, sincere. See him? He wants to be true to who he is. So let's see what happens. His parents knew that soon it would be time that he took the throne. But with a kingdom so grand, the prince could not rule alone. So they're having this nice dinner, and those are his parents, and he's way over here. But look at all those empty chairs. I guess he's the only child. So let's see. So the three of them set out and traveled far and wide on a quest to find the prince, a kind and worthy bride. Yes, I think he needs someone to be with. He does. Because imagine Imagine even ruling one city and being alone, all the things that could happen. The prince met many ladies, and he made them all swoon. Well, he's handsome, look. He's handsome and sincere. That's a double whammy. But look, all those, look, they're so pretty, and it looks like they have good families too. So let's see here. But it was soon clear that he was singing a different tune. So all these girls, they like him a lot, but he doesn't feel quite right about it. He's not feeling it. Even this girl here, she looks very nice, but he just doesn't feel like something's quite right. Thank you, he told his parents. I appreciate that you tried, but I am looking for something different in a partner by my side. And it's very sad because I think a lot of those girls really did like him, but if he had gone with them, maybe he wouldn't have been true to himself, and he would have hurt them worse later maybe. But there he is with his parents, and his mother, she's very worried too. She wants her son to be happy, as most mothers do, right? Let's see here. But something happened. They were away from their land. And when you're away from your land, sometimes, you know, things happen. But while the royals were away, their land faced quite a scare. From a dragon fast approaching, breathing fire everywhere. Oh my... That is not a nice dragon. I'm sorry, that is... it's not Puff the Dragon. This is Cinch or Burn the Dragon. I don't know, but he is not being nice to their little kingdom. Look, there's a castle, and he's... Ooh, that's scary. All the villagers ran in fear. Even the soldiers hid and fled. Ooh, he was a scary dragon. This vicious beast is far too great. We must retreat or we'll be dead. Well, my goodness. Everybody. I mean, if something came flying around here blowing fire, I think I'd run too, right? So, the prince heard the dreadful news, and he raced home with all of his might. To protect his precious realm, the prince was ready for a fight. And that doesn't always happen all the time. Sometimes the people that are ruling, they hide too, and they let all the soldiers do the other work. So this is a very brave prince. He's riding so fast, I think some of those leaves are falling off, but look at him. He's determined. He loves his country, and he wants to save his beautiful land. Alas, before you fear our prince had to face the dragon alone. So, oh my goodness, that doesn't look very promising. That big giant dragon with a little man and only a tiny little sword. So alas, before you fear he had to face the dragon alone. Along on horseback came a knight, cloaked in armor that brightly shone. So, there's the term, knight in shining armor. There he is. Oh my goodness. Oh, I think he's gonna help. And that's wonderful. The dragon charged upon the heroes, thinking it had already won. So he was already being the nasty cheater. He thought he had the upper hand. But the knight had a bold idea and raised his shield to the face of the sun. Look at that. Oh my goodness, he's raising that shield, and it's shiny metal, right? So what does shiny metal do? It reflects. And this is a real military tactic. I believe that the Roman soldiers used to use their shiny armor to scare the enemies. The glare hit the shining metal, blinding the dragon's fiery eyes. Oh, he's squinting. Look, it's getting in his eye. Oh. But it was what the prince did next that caught it by surprise. So the knight is giving him a little window to do something to help, right? Look at him, because he's so tiny. Tiny, tiny, compared to that giant dragon. So let's see what this brave prince did. Okay. The prince had climbed atop the dragon and tied a rope around his head. Look at that. He wrapped the cord around the neck and down the body like a thread. So that is one brave prince. Look at that. My goodness. Excuse me. I don't think I could jump onto a dragon. I'd be afraid I'd snag my dress on its horns or its scales or something. But look at that. Oh, it's a very brave prince. Let's see what happens. The plan had worked. The dragon was caught. His body was tied and bound. But the prince up and high had lost his grip and was falling to the ground. So he got up there, but I mean, a dragon's a big animal, and I guess it moved around, and he's falling. Oh no. So he's tied, but look, he's falling. Oh, what's gonna happen? I don't want the pretty prince to fall. Oh, the knight below jumped on his horse, and they began to race. So he's gonna try and get him. He's gonna try. Oh, he's still going. So let's see. The prince was caught and free from harm, held in the knight's embrace. So that knight made it just in time, and he got him. That is one fast horse, I would think, right? But look at that nice knight is holding him to make sure he's safe. You saved my life, said the prince, and you saved mine, said the knight. They said to one another, it was a little redundant there, and in a flash to each it felt, there was simply no other. So there's that nasty dragon all tied up. Maybe if he had better manners, they would have invited him to be their friend. But here he is, the two of them. Something happened. When they helped each other out and saved each other's lives, something happened, and it just felt right all of a sudden, and they just wanted to be with each other. That is really nice. And that does happen to some of us if we're lucky, right? The knight took off his helmet to reveal his handsome face. Oh, he is handsome. He has a little bit of scruff too. Oh, he's very handsome. Young knight. Very, very handsome guy. Let's see. And as they gazed into each other's eyes, their hearts began to race. Oh, this is beautiful. And look, the illustrator, he kind of put in some real pretty sunset light to make it a little more special. This is very nice. My goodness. Out of all those people that the prince met, he finally found someone that it just felt right to be with. That's wonderful. Let's see. As the villagers returned, it became clear to those around that the prince's one true love had at last been surely found. Oh my goodness. So they all knew that it was safe, right? And here they come. And look, they're just hanging out on the fountain because they just like being with each other. Isn't that beautiful? It's wonderful when two people feel safe together, right? And they care for each other. Very pretty. So let's see. The king and the queen had come back too and were overwhelmed with joy. That's just wonderful. His parents just wanted him to be happy, and they're very understanding, but there they are in that big dining room. And look, one more of those chairs is filled. One more. So maybe in the future they'll get more friends in the palace, and they'll have a good time with everyone having a nice dinner, right? Oh, he said, we finally, and the mother and father, the king and queen, they said, we have finally found someone who is perfect for our boy. Wonderful. Let's see if I can get a close-up of that. Very, very nice. Let's see here. And on the two men's wedding day, the air filled with cheer and laughter, for the prince in his shining knight would live happily ever after. This is such a pretty photo, pretty illustration. I don't know if you can see it, but there's flower petals flying everywhere. And some of those girls that he went to hang out with are there because they're happy for him too. But there they are. Look at that. That looks like it's a very happy moment there. I love it. Let's see here. And that was it. That was a very modern fairy tale. I really, really did enjoy this, and the illustrations were whimsical, well done, and a beautiful book. So, let's see, what do we do now? I am going to take another sip of my Diet Coke, excuse me. And let me show you that other book about the two princesses, because we need to have a story about two princes and two princesses, because both of those things happen, as well as just prince and princess. There's so many different kinds of love in this world. Hold on. So this is Princess Ever After. I really wanted to do a double book story time so that we could have both sides of the stories. But this book, it's a very good book. It's by an award-winning author. It is by Katie O'Neill. Katie O'Neill, and it is, let's see. Well, I guess she's an illustrator as well. The cover design was by Hilary Thompson, and let's see. The publishing company is by Oni Press Incorporated. This is a very good book. I think it would be better for a older child, maybe at least 10 to like 15, because it's written in a comic book style. And it's very, I mean, it has a very nice long story. I mean, it's about, let's see how many pages. It's 53 pages of comic book interaction between these two princesses. And like I said, when things come back into normality, this will be available at the BRC library for all of you to check out. You know, this would have taken a good hour to read, I think, and at least we got one fairy tale in today, right? Okay, so from this, I'm excited about this because I've been working on my project, because after our story hours we usually have a craft project. So in my head I thought this story was about a prince and a knight and royalty. Well, what did royal people have to describe their family or their I guess legacy or something like that? Well, they had a coat of arms, and let's say the Tudors, they had a coat of arms that was about their family and their origins of the ruling group. But I thought, what if all of us made our own coat of arms? What if we all made our own coat of arms, maybe for our family or for our own group of friends, or even maybe just what you like, and you can put it in your room over your bed. And I got very inexpensive supplies. I think the total would be maybe about $6 at the Dollar General, Dollar Tree. So let me go get them, okay? I'll be right back. Oh, oh. Okay, so I am going to explain very simply, and then everyone's going to be able to work on it at home, okay? So what you want to get is a project board. See this? A project board. And I use the other half to make mine, so you can make two of these out of one. And a coat of arms is usually in the shape of a shield. So, let's see here. And you can look up shields online and pick your own shape and create it exactly how you want. But let's see here. So a shield, we'll do a nice little point on top, like this. Maybe come down to a point. There we go. Like that. And then this you can cut out, maybe with some help from your parents. And this is a great project to work on with your parents or whoever your friends are. Whoever's older, maybe they can help you cut this out. So cut this out, and then you're going to get aluminum foil, which I did not grab. Hold on. Okay, so after you cut this out, you're going to get some of this really good tacky glue, and this is at the dollar store too. Get this tacky glue and open the cap, just pour a big lump on it and spread it, all over this shield. And then you're going to get aluminum foil and smooth it out over. Oh, my earring just doesn't want to stay on me. We'll put it over here on the side. So smooth it out over your shield and let it dry for a little bit. Well then, okay, I'm going to set this down. Then you can get construction paper. And this is when you can do things, draw things that are important to you. Like if your favorite color is red, maybe you can draw something that you like that's red. Or maybe your favorite activity, like maybe soccer or playing the violin or something sweet like that. You can put it in. This is to show what is important to you, and maybe even like if your mom likes to cook, you can put a little bowl with a spoon or a pan with some good food in it. You can draw all of that. This is exactly what you would like to put into it. As much effort as you would put is how pretty this is going to be. So cut all of those out, and you can arrange them and glue them with that same glue. Excuse me. And then, okay, so this is where it gets fun. And I'm going to show you the one that I did, okay, so you have an idea. But you can get pipe cleaners, and get these metallic ones. And since they're sparkly, you can decorate it, like if your shield is gilded with gold and silver and all of that. And just maybe make your name out of the pipe cleaners. And if you want to make them bigger, you can wrap them. See this here? You can make a little cord out of it, and you wrap it around the crayon. There we go. And it makes this cute little like decoration, and you can put these all over, like around it and decorate it. So this is something that you guys should all do together. Maybe your older parents and your brothers, and just make something for the family. But okay, let me show you mine so you can get the full picture, okay? Hold on. Okay, so I worked on this for 2 nights. It took me about 7.5 hours, 8 hours. So like I said, you can take your time on this. It's as much effort as you would like to put into it. But here's the one that I made. See? I like it. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna hang it in my house. But it's I really like it. I'm a little proud of myself. But see, here's the pipe cleaners that I rolled and I glued them together to make a little border. See that? And the foil makes it look like it's a metal shield. And here's my family name, Reyes. So with these kind of things, let me explain my family crest, okay? So in Spanish, the word Reyes means kings. I have no idea how we have the name kings, but so I put a little crown on the top with Reyes, and our family is Mexican American. So there's a Mexican flag and an American flag. Now, the beginnings of our family, the trades were farming and carpentry. So here's a little shovel, and it has some plants for the farming, and here's a hammer for the carpentry. Now, I'm going to go to my parents. So both of my parents were teachers, and here's an apple, the international symbol of teaching. I think so, right? And my mother went on in her career to work for Head Start. And my father was a science teacher in the beginning of his career. So those, the notepad and the science book. And well, I mean, I squeezed myself in, and here's my little scissors and hair, because I'm a color consultant for a hair color company. But this is my little family crest, and I hope that everyone takes time and does a really nice one for themselves or the people they care about. And let's make our own little fairy tale coat of arms and have a good time and spend lots of time with your loved ones. I hope everyone passes a very good Thanksgiving this week, and I will very much look forward to seeing all of you in person when we can. If not, the next one of these online Drag Queen Story Hours. Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Ah.